It's crazy to say that Playboi Carti is one of the biggest artists in the world, especially in the rap scene. He first really came into the mainstream eye around 2016 with hits like Fetty,
I just left Houston, I just left Earth,
as well as Left Right with Lil Uzi.
so my eyes around my neighbors, I'm a rock star.
Fans really like to call this era of Carti Cash Carti, as this is an earlier name that he had early on in his career, and it also really emphasizes the stylistic differences between the music he made back then and the music he makes now. Carti has definitely came a long way in the rap game since he's entered into the mainstream. So I'm going to be pointing out some of the methods and tricks Carti has used to become the massive artist he is today. Number 1, find your sound. Carti has been known to say that his influences are of the likes of Young Thug and Future, of which you can definitely hear those influences throughout his entire discography. His first self-titled album is a perfect example of his early influences, as I think this is his only album that uses his raw, natural sound. Fans absolutely love his first self-titled album. You know, you got bangers on there like Location and Flex,
I guess you're not feeling me, not feeling the energy.
which still hold up to this day with fans, especially at festivals. If you take a look at this clip here, this is when Carti performed Location for the first time at a festival, and just look how insane it was. Number 2, don't be afraid to experiment. Carti is literally the perfect example of developing your sound. Carti only has 3 albums in his entire discography, and all have completely different sounds. The crazy part about this is that fans consider all 3 of these albums classics, and they are constantly coming back to listen to them. As I said before, his self-titled Playboi Carti album has this raw, vintage Cash Carti feel to it, while an album like Die Lit has more of his baby voice, which is a style he developed later on throughout his career. And it's also my personal favorite. How can you not love baby voice Carti? And then, of course, you got arguably probably Carti's most famous and controversial album, Whole Lotta Red. Now, Whole Lotta Red got so much hate when it first came out. It was crazy. Everybody hated it. People liked a couple songs, but now it's considered a classic. It's pretty evident that Carti made this album for the sake of performing it at festivals. And they're not really so much for casual listening. Like, you can't really listen to a song like Stop Breathing while you're walking down the street, you know? It's a little bit too intense. We all know how crazy Playboi Carti concerts get, but here's a clip of him performing Whole Lotta Red and just the chaos that ensues. So it's pretty clear that Carti is constantly developing his sound. Throughout all 3 of his albums, they're all entirely different. And this is really important for people who make music to do, because if you're just constantly putting out the same style of work, fans are likely gonna get sick of it. Like, this happens to artists all the time, and that's one of the main reasons why artists fall off, because there isn't enough development in their sound. So yeah, Carti's the perfect example of how to develop your sound. Number 3, have qualities that people admire. People are always going to be captivated and intrigued by a popular artist that's in the mainstream that stays out of the public eye. It's extremely rare to see Carti captured by paparazzi or even do an interview. He used to do more interviews back when he was first coming up, which is great for exposure. He has such a cult-like following that he doesn't need any additional media coverage to boost his brand. He's gotten to a point in his career where he is his brand, and he doesn't need any support from any external sources. Like, he knows that his fans will listen to him regardless. And I think this is part of the reason why he's so mysterious, and he knows that it helps his image. He's so rare that Trippie Redd even said this about him.
I was gonna have Carti on my stream, but at first I didn't like Whole Lotta Red.
I doubt it.
No, I really was. You don't believe me?
I don't think he was coming on the show.
Why don't you think Carti would be on my shit?
He too rare for this.
Really?
Carti's mystique has definitely added an additional layer of craze to his stage presence during festivals. It's to the point where his fans would attend a 3-day festival just to see him perform. And it's undeniable that Carti has this insane ability to perform. Like, he puts on the most insane shows for the fans, and people definitely love him for that. And now, along with having qualities that people are gonna admire, you also need to have a vision for yourself. Here's a clip of Carti in the early days being asked how he wants to be remembered.
I want the world to remember me more than a rapper. I want to be like a super being. You feel me? Like when you think of Carti, you just think of a lot of shit. You know, I want to be a motivational rapper. You know what I'm saying? Every time you listen to me, you're inspired to go get it.
But yeah, those are some things that Carti has done to boost his career to the next level. If you can learn anything from Carti, I think it's really about developing your sound and staying true to yourself and having a vision for yourself. Carti's a perfect example of that. If you know any other things that Carti may have implemented into his career or have done to help him take his career to that next level, which he's at right now, leave it in the comments below. I read all the comments, I respond to all the comments. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.